Welcome back to Trailblazers. Last time we brought you the story of Arvind Vora, the man behind Xiaomi in India. We continue our journey with Arvind and brand Xiaomi in this episode as well, as we seek to explore the phenomenal success of both the man and the company. Xiaomi smartphones were launched in the Indian market in February 2013. Arvind knew that he had an uphill task before him. He had to battle with a mindset which looked on all things Chinese with suspicion and mistrust. It was crucial for him to overturn those beliefs, and he spent 6 months in 2012 doing just that.
4 people, which is T2, Joel, TC Sudhir, who's no longer with our association, and Anil Sharma ji. These 4 people believed in whatever I told them. सब ये हो गया था कि these 4 people were convinced and they wanted to start the business. We had to convince the next chain in this delivery system. So these were my import partners and national distributors. Now we had to convince the city-based distributors. So लगभग 100-200 लोगों से बात करना, meetings करना, conferences करना, बताना, क्योंकि अक्सर चाइना की क्वालिटी बिकॉज ऑफ ग्रे मार्केट जहाँ अक्सर चाइनीज़ प्रोडक्ट्स आते हैं वो बुरी मानी जाती थी.
Arvind was one of the early believers in the power of the legal market, and he was a very strong supporter, and he believed that we had to change the grey market to the legal market, and we always remember him for his unstinted support.
And obviously the products that we had, the distribution that we had built was fairly superior because we had a lot of systems, processes in place. Whatever knowledge I had acquired over the last couple of years in telecom, I was putting it back into the market.
धीरे धीरे लोगों का एक फेथ, नेटवर्क, सर्विस, ये सारी चीज़ें इकट्ठी होती चली गई और हमने फर्स्ट 1 ईयर में अपना सारा सेटअप बिल्ड कर दिया. बड़े फ़ख्र के साथ हम कहते हैं कि हम पहली चाइनीज़ कंपनी थे जिन्होंने ये इस्टेब्लिश किया कि चाइना में अच्छे फ़ोन भी बनते हैं, अच्छी प्रोडक्ट की क्वालिटी भी वहाँ बन सकती है.
Actions speak louder than words, and in the cutthroat world of business, nothing speaks louder and sweeter than profits. By the end of 2013, the company had managed a turnover of rupees 500 crores. That was the turning point. From here onwards, there was no looking back for Xiaomi or Arvind.
What set him apart from the usual tribe of sales professionals was that his relationship management was extremely deep. He felt the pain of the trade and the consumers in his heart, which was very important. And he was always very entrepreneurial. He never sort of behaved like that I'm doing a job kind of a thing. And that passion always used to come out.
2013-14 was spent in actually building the markets in tier 3 and tier 4. And once we'd got a reasonable amount of market share, would also mean that we'd got reasonable amount of money to actually come and spend now in tier 1 and metros.
Every time I visit India, I will visit the market. So this time I visit Guwahati, last time I visit Agra, last time I visit Gujarat. So I always visit tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, different markets. So I think the main complaint in the markets of current a lot of brands is low quality, poor service. So what we want to offer in India is we want to offer high quality products with good experience. And unfortunately, if any issue you are facing with our products, we give you good service.
So 2014 में more people were convinced. And अब challenges ये थे कि पहले शायद 200-250 लोग कन्विंस थे, अब शायद 2,000-2,500 लोगों को कन्विंस करना था. और फिर वही जहाँ भी आप जाके बात करो या जिससे भी आप बात करो, if you were doing a press conference, you had to do it in a manner that you upscale your image. So I remember the press conference that we did in Goa. We had almost about 1,250 people. In fact, somebody told me that day in Goa, most of the flights had our people coming in. Then as you moved forward, you had to do things which made you look much bigger than your competitors because people should have faith in you. Now as we started moving along, things started looking a little brighter. More and more people got added. But when more people get added, more minds start working. But the problem is whenever there is a doubt, that with many people the doubt gets further magnified. So the challenges were just the same that of 2013, but just that earlier it was 250 people questioning me, now there were probably 25,000 people questioning me. And my answer remained the same, that as far as Xiaomi is concerned, Xiaomi is a company which has its own supply chain control, has its own R&D, has its own manufacturing. जब भी मैं सबको ये बोलता हूँ तो बोले इससे क्या होगा? If you have these three things in place, your potential to build a brand is far stronger than just trading in business. But the good thing that had happened is people who had bought our phones in 2013 were still using it in 2014 and had started recommending. So we started doing our market research. So market research started showing a trend that whosoever had bought Xiaomi, word of mouth was positive largely.
In the period spanning 2014 to 2015, the company's turnover rose to 2,750 crores, registering a growth of 550%.
So from 2014 onwards, the challenges were of growth. Now challenges were no longer of doubt. So people doubted you because probably now they didn't believe in your growth. In 2013, people were doubting you because you had nothing to talk about. In 2014, because 500 crores, then you grew 5 times. By the end of 2014, beginning 2015, people started doubting your growth. Why did you grow so much? So till yesterday, the question was, why will you grow? In 2015, I had to answer the question, why did you grow? But the answer was just the same. So nothing changed for me. Only thing is, people's mindset kept on changing. Xiaomi actually started because I wanted to start the business in India. I think it's sheer passion, determination, and most importantly that willingness to succeed. So if you ask me what is the most distinct feature about Xiaomi is a never say die attitude. So we've had our ups and downs. We've had situations wherein we had wrong products. We had situations where we were behind the curve on technology. But somewhere or the other, we were able to take out benefits even in adversity. And as a brand, we've always tried to be edgy. We've never tried to be a straight-jacketed brand, right? Because we were the ones who said the slimmest phone in the world. Yes, we had made the slimmest phone in the world. Now when slim went to somebody else, because you can make a slimmer phone, we said the sexiest phone in the world. The difference does not really come out of, sheer product alone. A lot of difference comes out of the marketing built that we do around the device. And I think smart marketing, as I would call it, is what we've done. And whatever smart that we've done is in line with the DNA of the product and the DNA of the company, which I all call as edgy. So the DNA, the smartness, everything is edgy. The brand ambassador, again edgy. So there is a certain quirk about us. There is a certain, good feeling about Xiaomi that carries us through. And whenever it's very difficult to explain what it is, you get more benefit. Because when it's identified, it's copyable. But when you just feel good about it, that means you've got something as a recipe which is secret.
Starting from a basement office in Faridabad with some 3-odd employees to now looking to set up their own manufacturing unit in Haryana, Xiaomi and Arvind have broken the myth about spurious Chinese products. In fact, it would not be wrong to say that Arvind has single-handedly cleared the road ahead for the smooth entry of many other Chinese brands in India.
India as a market is extremely well developed when it comes to distribution. And that is probably the reason why, like in the West, you have the operators bundling the phones. In India, distribution runs separately. An operator can focus on selling his airtime, and distributors, the distribution channel can spend its time on selling handphones. Now, for me, I would say my experience in the industry is as old as the industry. So I was kind of born in this industry. And if you ask me what is my learning or what is my treasure, is probably those 10-15,000 shops, retailers, distributors that I know personally. I can vouch for it on a television channel that anybody can go to any shop in this country and check whether any distributor or dealer, when dealt with Arvind Vora, has had a profitable business or not. The fact is, I've been very, very loyal to my channel. Fact is, I've always had the benefit of the trade first, because it's the trade that takes us to the consumer. So that legacy of being a trade person helped me build a trade brand first. So if you really see what has happened in the last few years is, I've been able to build a trade brand. Now I'm building a consumer brand. That's why you have all these brand endorsements, and that's why you have all these big bang spends. I still remember that the entertainment the previous evening was me performing for my dealers.
Welcome to Xiaomi Sensation!
And I still remember William, my partner, was very scared when I told him that I'm going to zoom you in on a Harley Davidson. I think it's the ability to, bind trade together, having been loyal to the trade, and then trade takes you places. So I can tell you, in our country, if you're not loyal to the trade, forget doing business. So all those years where I've invested time, effort, money with the trade and ensured that they make a profitable business is what they've given back to me.
We leave Arvind Vora today, feeling inspired and humbled by the man and his profound vision, both for his life and for Xiaomi. That's all for today. I will see you next week, same time. Goodbye from Trailblazers.